Hi friends, I'm back with another delicious recipe, my tostadas de tinga. And as always, it's vegan and easy to make. And if you're wondering what tinga is, it's a Mexican recipe traditionally made with shredded chicken, caramelized onions, and a chipotle sauce served over a tostada. Let's begin with the king oyster mushrooms. These are the ones I'll be cooking with today. I purchased these at my local Asian supermarket, and this is what they look like outside of the package. I've already rinsed them, and now they're ready for the next step. Okay, I set up my steamer rack over water on a low to medium flame. Now I'm going to place the king oyster mushrooms on top of the rack, ensuring water doesn't touch them. I'm going to place a lid over them and steam for 10 to 15 minutes or until tender. And while the mushrooms steam away, I'm going to begin prepping 1.5 medium-sized brown onions by cutting the onions in half and slicing them 1/4 inch thick to make half circles, making over a cup. And I must say that if you're not big on onions, you may definitely cut down to your desired amount, maybe about 1/2 cup. And also use white onions or brown onions, whatever you have on hand. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes. The mushrooms are ready to shred. Well, almost. They're still hot, so I'm going to wait and I'm just going to let them cool down for a bit. In the meantime, let me show you the sauces I'll be using. On the left, I have the chipotles, and it's like adobo sauce. Also, to the right, I have a regular tomato sauce. And this is what the chipotle peppers look like. They're very spicy. And for this recipe, I'm using 3 large peppers, with about 2 tablespoons of the sauce. And if spicy isn't for you, you can use 1 or maybe 2 peppers and maybe a teaspoon of the sauce. It's up to you. You can definitely feel it out. And once the mushrooms have cooled down to the touch, you can begin shredding them with your hands. And yes, it did get a little messy, a little wet, but it wasn't too bad at all. And as you can see, they literally have a thread similar to shredded chicken. I was blown away. I'm shredding pretty thinly. At one point I tried using my knife, but I realized that I was quicker with my hands and also it was easier, and I liked the way it looked better. So I'm just going to continue shredding or pulling apart 6 king oyster mushrooms until I'm done, and I'm shredding them pretty thinly. That way it'll be less messy later on when we're eating them. So I realized I had long strips, and once again, to make it less messy later on, I decided to go in with my knife and just kind of chop the shredded pieces into smaller sizes, just like this. The next step is to heat up a pan over medium heat and add about 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm using olive oil, and once the oil is hot, you can drop the half onion slices and cook them for about 5 minutes or until they caramelize. I like my onions with a bit of a bite, not too soft, so these caramelized onions are all cooked up for me. And now onto the tinga sauce. These are the ingredients I'll be making it with. I have 1 medium-sized tomato, about 3 large chipotle peppers, and 1 can of tomato sauce. I'll only be using about half, which is 4 ounces, and also a teaspoon of minced garlic. Here I have my tomato, which I chopped into pieces. Then I'm gonna drop the tomato chunks into my blender, followed by the tomato sauce and the garlic, also the chipotle peppers with some of the adobo liquid. And once again, reminder that you can definitely build up the spice. It's up to you. If you like mild spice, maybe add 1 pepper and maybe a tablespoon of the adobo sauce, because it could get a little too spicy if you're not used to it. Then I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of water, and the secret ingredient, as in most of my recipes, is vegan chicken bouillon. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of that. And last but not least, 1/4 teaspoon of cracked black pepper. And now we blend until smooth. And once your sauce has been blended, just like this, we're ready to incorporate everything together. And this is pretty much the last step. Alright, so over a medium flame, we're now going to combine the king oyster mushrooms that we shredded earlier with the caramelized onions, and I'm just gonna mix them up a bit. Then I'm gonna follow with the amazing tinga sauce. I'm gonna pour it over and once again stir it up, and this is a time to adjust the flavors. If you want more salt, you can definitely add more of that, or if you want way more flavor, add more of that vegan chicken bouillon, followed by maybe some more of that chipotle sauce if you're into spice like me. And let it simmer for about 5 minutes so all the flavors could incorporate very well and intensify. And once that time is up, we're ready to serve. These right here are my favorite tostada toppings. I have chopped up tomatoes, shredded iceberg lettuce, vegan sour cream of course, and my favorite of all, sliced avocado. And this right here is a vegan tostada. It's a deep fried tortilla that was fried in oil and not lard. And most grocery stores in the US carry them. I'm pretty sure you'll find them in the Mexican aisle. And very important, you need refried beans and you have to spread it over the tostada because this is gonna make the tinga taste even better. I have a recipe for refried beans. If you're interested, I'll link it below. And all right, onto the tinga. You can spread as much as you'd like over the tostada, followed by the shredded lettuce, the tomato, the vegan sour cream, and sliced avocado. But of course, if you're like me and love spice, I'm sprinkling tapatio hot sauce over it for an extra kick. And here it is, my amazing vegan tinga tostada. Honestly, I really hope you guys try this simple recipe. It is so flavorful and you wouldn't even know it's not chicken. Well, I can't. Like honestly, this tasted amazing and I hope you try it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye!